St. John's forward Zuby Ejiofor is one of the biggest impactors in college basketball, using high-energy defense and consistent play finishing to not only anchor the Red Storm, but build out a solid NBA draft case in the process. He's an undersized center at 6'9", though his reported 7'1" wingspan, verticality, and mobility make him a viable option at the college level and could lead to some NBA translation down the line. Ejiofor was a former 4-star recruit who signed on with Kansas before transferring to St. John's prior to his sophomore season. He broke out as a junior and is now seeing similar output with some marked improvement in his senior year. He's put himself on draft radars with versatile defense, be it rim protection or switchability, as well as rebounding, screening, some passing upside, and play finishing on offense. We'll start the scout with Ejiofor's selling point, which will be his defensive impact and versatility. It's been apparent for years now at the college level and projects to translate well to the NBA. Despite being on the smaller end for a 5 at 6'9", Ejiofor is immensely strong and immovable on the interior. He has solid athleticism overall, be it great vertical pop or fairly quick movement, and most importantly the wingspan to make up for the lack of height. Even more, Ejiofor has some of the best motor and physicality in this class, a real love for embracing contact, which helps in a variety of areas, but especially defensively. He's great about keeping position by anchoring down, and can be tough to get shots over with long arms that can fan out, prod, and get hands on the ball. He's averaged 1.7 blocks per game across 49 games in his junior and senior seasons so far, with a believable 5.9 block percentage. His strength and length make it tough for opposing bigs to go one-on-one against him, and he's got great feel and drop and decent ball tracking ability. Secondary to his interior presence, but still highly impactful, is his switchability on the perimeter. St. John's runs a switch-heavy scheme, and Ejiofor fits right into it with long arms, snappier movement than most bigs, and great play recognition. He can switch right onto guards, move his feet, flip his hips, and while he can't always keep pace, he has great recovery tools. He can really cover some ground and is very good at changing directions for his size. When you put all this together, you have a pretty impactful defensive big, capable of holding his own in the paint, blocking shots, switching, clogging lanes, and just generally disrupting opposing actions. There could be some size concerns considering the NBA's truly elite 7-footers, though Ejiofor's held his ground with some fairly huge players at the college level.
Back cut, retired, pinged. Lipsy trying to turn the corner, does so, blocked by Ejiofor.
It was right there. You can see why Rick Pitino loves it.
Here's Kalkbrenner, showing an ability to put it on the floor. Has it blocked by Ejiofor.
Jay Lewis, Arizona transfer. Palaifanua tucks inside, hook shot, around but out. That may be what they're looking for here with Malik. Ejiofor, the block on the perimeter. Palaifanua.
Given Ejiofor's size, he is an above-average rebounder, which, even accounting for NBA size and strength, should be a real plus on his end. All the same rules apply here. Ejiofor doesn't shy away from contact in the slightest. He scraps, grapples, is really hard to move, he can get off 2 feet really quick, and he has the touch and composure to come down with boards more often than not. He's averaged over 10 rebounds per 40 in all 4 of his seasons, with really absurd offensive rebounding percentages in each. Across his junior season, the bulk of his points came on putbacks, and obviously great skill to have hanging around the rim. He not only has the pure strength to hang out, he can also shed players and naturally gravitate towards space while staying honed in on the ball. St. John's seems to be trending toward involving him more on offense as a senior, though he's still scoring on putbacks often. NBA teams would likely benefit from letting Ejiofor hang out around the offensive glass.
Top of the arc, in and out. Offensive board again, and a foul will put ball downhill. Left hand, no, Ejiofor. Really Topolus into the game for the first time. Lefteris, the Greek edition.
Worthy of the praise they are getting. Highest expectations maybe ever for St. John's. Santa can't get the bounce. Look at the hops on Ejiofor.
Ejiofor isn't a prolific scorer at the college level for a soon-to-be 22-year-old, but will fill a variety of roles on offense at the NBA level. He'll be at his best simply finishing plays, running the floor, cutting, rolling, posting up, and relying on putbacks when all else fails. He's seen a slower start around the rim efficiency-wise as a senior, but has a long history of being pretty elite up close with the vertical pop, length, and touch. He can finish powerfully or with some grace, even showing some floater and short jumper work that could work on lengthier defenders in the NBA. Ejiofor is pretty reliant on the creation and gravity of others, especially guards, though he's currently pretty unstoppable in the paint at the collegiate level, where he boasts a free throw rate of .85, as defenders typically resort to fouling him more often than not. He's been good, albeit not elite, as the roll man in the pick and roll, and improving there could be a real boon to his value in certain systems.
For the Tigers, Ejiofor, good spin move. He gets the clean block and stays in the game. Ejiofor, great move
to get that missed front iron three.
Ejiofor, on the run with the left
Of them were offensive rebounds. Sellers working with Ejiofor. Good action there, and Ejiofor.
You on your heels. It's a nice compliment to Phylon Jr.
Ejiofor gets by. Alley-oop setup. Going to be a turnover right in the front.
Back to straight up man. This is what he's done better a little bit hot. It's nice dish.
Ejiofor's a good passer for a big, offering some real upside at the NBA level. He is very miraculously leading St. John's in assists so far this season, seeing by far the biggest junior to senior jump in this area. One of the more translatable skills here is the dribble handoffs, which also leads to a quick note on his screening. Ejiofor is a good screener, capable of making consistent contact and creating space for both shooters and drivers, and he's especially effective at doing so from DHOs. Ejiofor has also shown the ability to spray out with real consistency, be it from post-ups or after offensive rebounds. He does typically go up more than he looks to pass, but he's fairly accurate in these situations, scanning for open shooters and cutters and delivering to tight windows or shooting pockets. The upside part of the equation lies in the face-up situations, where he's shown some touch in big-to-big entry passes, finds open teammates on cuts, and seldomly creates off the dribble. At 2.5 turnovers per game, there's plenty of room for consistency and growth in those areas specifically. How Ejiofor continues to fare as a passer will be one of the #1 areas to keep an eye on as his senior season continues.
Well, the intensity goes up 2 notches, maybe 5 notches, and the physicality goes up as well. And
years, 7 years, trying to change the narrative. Santa. And
Taft, 6-0, modest little run here by Iona, and here's Salmon, and
Robert really converging on the ball there. Their help defense been locked in, but you can't lose track of him. Sandin can make it. Sandin! Yes!
Early this part of the season.
Hassan Sandin gets us underway. Ejiofor over to Sellers. Bottom.
Shorten the rotations. They definitely need to watch the foul trouble.
Sellers started outside. Now.
There's plenty of room for improvement with Ejiofor, far and away the most important being the addition of a consistent three-point shot. Ejiofor isn't a complete non-shooter, hitting on 26% of his threes on just 1.5 attempts per game, 33% of all catch and shoot shots, and showing some growth as a general spot-up shooter in his senior season. But he has not yet shown the ability to be a real spacer, especially at the NBA level. If Ejiofor is playing the 5 spot, undersized, without the threat of a jumper, he will have to be truly elite as a defender and inside scorer to win those minutes night in and out, which is possible but very hard to do. Again, the fact Ejiofor is not currently sitting at a flat 0% on 0 attempts is a plus, and he's shown the touch elsewhere to indicate there's room for growth as a shooter. He can knock down deep 2s and the occasional 3, and has long been an efficient free throw shooter on high volume. Shooting could also help with positional versatility. He's currently slated for center minutes, though the ability to really space the floor, paired with his quickness and switchability, could lead to a potential future as a lengthy 4. Ejiofor's 3-point misses so far in his senior season haven't been horrendous, and the mechanics seem workable enough, though him truly shooting the ball is likely to be a multi-year project given where he stands right now. If Ejiofor isn't destined to be a three-point shooter, gaining more general comfortability on the perimeter will be a must for him to make NBA rotations. Ejiofor lives in the paint, which in his present situation is fine, though he'll need to continue refining ball skills to make an NBA impact. Further honing his passing skill set, especially the DHOs to draw out opposing bigs, and putting the ball on the floor with more comfortability. That can be seen in flashes with St. John's, where he'll self-create against slower-footed bigs for touchy lays, though it's far from his comfort zone at 1 to 2 dribbles into powerful finishes. Ejiofor may be an undersized big at 6'9", though his combination of athleticism, 7'1" wingspan, and quicker feet, paired with the fact he is tough, physical, brings the energy, and simple winning impact, should be good enough for teams to bet on him at the 26 NBA draft. Role-wise, Ejiofor likely projects to be a physically pro-ready backup 5, capable of rim running, guarding both in and out, bringing the energy, doing the grindy stuff, and generally raising the floor of a rotation. His defense will be a plus, both on the interior and relative to most 5s on the perimeter. He's a rebounding machine, has some versatile passing upside, and should be able to finish plays effectively when confined to specific roles. I'd expect teams to value this archetype anywhere from the late first round to the early second, depending on team needs. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Washington Wizards, and Golden State Warriors jump out as solid fits, both playstyle and given the current versatile bigs on the roster that can mix and match with Ejiofor.